Hello everyone and welcome back to another review. Today I have the 112 collectible Black Panther from Mezco. Now, just getting into the box, there's not much to it. It has a nice plastic wrap around it with a beautiful Black Panther from the first movie. So, let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, starting with the box, let's go ahead and take off this plastic covering right here. We'll set that aside. Now, we have a nice, pretty, just generic, nothing really popping out. Nice little gloss right here for Black Panther and Marvel. That is really nice. We got our 112 right here. Price tag right there. On the side of the box, we have another glossy like logo. At the top, we have 112 pose, play, display, and Mezco toys. On the back, we have the figure itself right here with the Chadwick Boseman's head, alternate head right here. And this is a nice, shiny, reflective piece. Some shots of the figure right here, accessories, and then at the top, Black Panther 112 scale. Then on the other side, it's just the same as the other side, so not really much to talk about. We got our bottom right here, warnings. Let me see if I can get that clearer for y'all. Warnings, ages, company name. At the top, 112 with plastic covering. There it goes. Now, besides that, there's not really much to talk about. It's just a nice little cover for it. We can go ahead and just remove it right here, right now. There we go. We got the nice Black Panther cover removed. We got ourselves the Mezco logo right there. On the front, we had a plastic sheet. We'll go ahead and put that to the side. And on the very front, we have a nice window display of the figure and his accessories. Display stand in the back. Again, not much on the top. 112 on the side. And the warnings and labels on the bottom. Now, beside that, let's go ahead and take out the figure and see what he looks like. And here we have the figure out of the box, and I mean, wow, look at this guy. He looks great. This is the Black Panther suit from the movie, not Civil War, and this suit looks awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the detail of this figure. Now, on the bottom, we have some nice plastic feet right here, which have a nice detail. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus on it. There we go. It's got some nice detail in the shoes, his sneakers, if y'all remember that. Then we have some nice detail in the ankle right here. And this piece right here, as well as the foot, are plastic, while this, well, it's all plastic, but these are not cloth like this right here. Now, this whole material is cloth besides these right here, his gauntlets, wrist, and his head and neck, as well as the necklace. Now, the ankles or knees right here, can't remember what they're called, but these are plastic and they have great detail in them. A nice silver-like paint, which is super nice. This is very sculpted and painted very well. You have some nice detail in the black material as well. It's not very noticeable, but you can definitely see it for sure in person. But look at that. You got some nice plastic silver right here, which I think is going to limit the articulation quite a lot because it will stab into the cloth. So do be mindful of that. And we'll get into articulation here in a little bit, and I'll show y'all how it looks, what to be mindful of. We got some nice detailed abs right here, some pecs at the top, a nice plastic necklace piece right here. I actually think mine is a little off the body a bit, as you can see, instead of pressed down on it, which is okay to me. You have a nice plastic right here for his neck and upper body right here. So I'm guessing the necklace kind of covers up the cloth. You got a nice, beautiful head sculpt right here. And we'll get into the head sculpt again here in a bit when we come down to talking about accessories. We got some nice details in the arms right here. The gauntlets right here as well. And some nice detail in the hands. And again, we'll get into more detail about the hands whenever it comes down to the accessories. Same thing with this arm right here. And the gauntlets. Some nice teeth. On the back we have more of the silver wrapping around his waist and all the way around through the necklace. Again, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to him. He is just a black suit with some nice, beautiful detail and lining. But besides that, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to this figure. He looks great. I love it. He definitely looks movie accurate for sure. Now, when it comes down to posability or mobility for this figure, I feel like it will be limited. So whenever we do get to articulation, I, again, will let you know the best poses, how far he can reach up, kick, bend, all that good stuff when it comes down to him. And then speaking of that, I also noticed that his stitching right here is all along the underarm and around. And for my stitching, it pops out just a bit right here, which is kind of sucky, but hey, you know, it's not that bad. I don't think it's that noticeable unless I point it out. But besides that, there's not really much to talk about with the figure or the rest of the figure. So let's go ahead and get into his accessories. And here we have all of the Black Panther's accessories. Now, he doesn't come with a lot, but then again, what else could he come with? I think he comes with a fair amount of accessories and the right amount of accessories. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have his shield right here and staff that he uses in the trial whenever he's becoming the king of Wakanda, as well as the Black Panther, and whenever he is going against Killmonger near the end of the movie. Now, we have some nice detail right here for the shielding to show that it's a wool-like cloth. And it's just plastic, you know. There's not really much to it. We have a nice gunmetal staff right here, as well as gunmetal painting for the orb right here. On the other side, it's just black paint with some nice wrapping that looks like leather. And I'll show y'all how to attach this to him here in a minute. We also have his knife right here that he uses as well, which is super cool. It has a nice metallic like gunmetal for the spear and handle right here. And then for the wrapping, it has some nice detail in it. Nice shading and paint work. And then it has this little feather right here at the end. This isn't a posable feather, it's just a thin rubbery plastic, so do be careful with this because it can snap off. Now, I did say he comes with a good amount of accessories and that there isn't really much that you can ask for, but I think since they added these two, that they probably should have added the mask that he wears or an alternate head sculpt for the mask with it on. I think that would have been pretty cool. Speaking of alternate head sculpts, we got ourselves a Chadwick Boseman head sculpt. May he rest in peace. And I think this looks really good. I think the SH though looks a little bit better, or definitely the Hot Toys. Mine has just a bit of plastic right here. If I can get the camera to focus. There we go. Just a bit of plastic right here that I might have to shave off just a bit. But man, does this head sculpt look good regardless. Looks really great. You can see the shine in his eyes right there. At the center, if I can center it. You really see the shine in his eyes right there. Nice detail. Eyebrow just raised a little bit. But man, does this head sculpt look good. Really like it, and I'm really glad they included this head sculpt with him. Another head sculpt I think they probably should have added was him without his lenses on his eyes for the Black Panther mask. Now, I'm glad we have this one. I prefer this anyways, and it looks great. Again, it has so much detail into it. You can see right here at the very top all of the Wakandan-like writing and style. In the ears too, it has detail. All around the mask is where it would glow purple. In the back, there's not that much detail, just some lining work. And then here we have his other side. Seems like mine has just a bit of glue residue right there, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Again, some nice, beautiful detail where it would shine purple whenever he has the kinetic energy charge. And he has some nice silver paint, which looks really, really good. This is a really cool mask and a really cool head sculpt. I think I'll mainly be using that head sculpt unless I get like a DIY chair for his diorama. Then I think I would have this head sculpt on him. But besides that, let's go ahead and get into his hands. Now we have his open hands right here, or grabbing hands right here, which he would use to hold the spear, which I will show you how to attach here in a minute, as well as the shield. Now these hands look really good. Here, let's go ahead and get a close-up of all the detail in the hand. Again, right where the purple would be in that nice kinetic charge. There we go. It has a lot of detail. These hands are very small and have such amazing detail in them, which is really cool. Look at that. Very nice. And then silver metallic like paint for the claws of the Black Panther. Then we have his opened, kind of relaxed hands. And his nails are sticking out for this, so like if he's clawing at you, or if he's just relaxed hands bringing out his claws. Now these hands also have such amazing detail into them. Look at that. Nice glove work, just like the closed ones, but you can see all the nice detail since they are opened. Now my camera doesn't really show how much detail there is into it, but there is a lot. Mine's got a little bit of silver paint right there. There we go. Again, there is so much detail, and it's so much better in person whenever you have this figure. And you can get this figure at your bigbadtoystore.com. I'll leave a link in the description. And for me, I got mine at my local comic shop, Most Wanted Comics. And if y'all are here in Texas, y'all should really come check it out. Go ahead and look it up on Google and you should find it. It's a really great comic shop that y'all should definitely stop by and go check it out. They have a wide selection of comics as well as a wide selection of action figures too. Now this figure has nice details in the palm and in the thumbs and fingers. Such great detail. Again, nails, a nice metallic silver like paint. So that is very cool. Whoops, having the wrong hand way. Now we have our clawing, kind of like grabbing type hands. Now these hands are really nice. Mine has just a little bit of plastic, you know, on the side of one of the claws, which is okay. I think it'll just come off in time. Now these look really, really cool. Again, nice detail on the inside. You can see it's starting to wrinkle up around the palm right there, which is super cool detail. On the outside, we have a nice glove-like detail again. same as the fisted and open hands. Nothing changes, which is really good. And then again with the metal silver-like paint for the nails. And then we have his fisted hands, punching hands, which is automatically on the figure whenever he comes out of the box, as you saw earlier. Now these hands, again, have great detail, same amount of detail as the others, which is super cool. Again, in person, the details are amazing. Amazing. Look at that. Now, there's not really much to talk about. So, besides that, let's go ahead and get into the figure with him and all his accessories attached. And here we have the figure with his weapon holding hands, and I think they look great on this figure, as well as his masked head sculpt. So this is what the hands look like on him. They look fantastic. Let me get my camera to focus. This is what they look like on the side, and here it is from the back. The other side, and the front again. Now these hands look fantastic on the figure, and these are the same hands that you would use to hold his spear, which I will show y'all how to attach right now. So all you have to do is grab your spear right here. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can either slide it into his hand from the side right here like that, or you can slide it through the top. So I will show y'all how to slide it in from the top of the hand. So all you have to do is grab it, open his palm just a little bit, not too much force as you can see, so you just have to open it just a bit and slide it in. Have the rope right here, just a bit out, and there you go. So it's just a nice twist into, and then you start pushing down right into the black, and you can twist it on back. And there you go. Now you have him holding his spear. Look at that. This is what he looks like. And at the end of the video, I will show some very cool poses of him holding his spear. And guys, let me know what y'all think of those poses. Should I do better at posing? Should I make it more of a video instead of a picture? Let me know, because I've seen so many TikTok videos of it just being a video instead of the photos like I have. So you guys let me know what y'all think, and I will make sure to try my best to accomplish that for y'all. But yeah, this is what it looks like with him holding it. Now when it comes down to his shield, I will also show y'all what that looks like, and I will also show y'all what other hand you can use for that shield. But for now, let's go ahead and show y'all what it looks like with the grabbing. Now this one is a bit difficult, so what you have to do is pop off his hand just like that. And what you're going to do instead is you're going to make sure you have it on the right hand. So all you have to do is slide it into the handle right here. You're going to slide it from the top just like that, and it'll pop in like that. Let me show y'all. And you will slide his hand back into it like that, so that he's holding it on the outside. Now then you slide his arm right through the gap right there, and just plug in his hand right there. And that is the easiest way for me to do it. If y'all have any other ways, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Sorry there, I had a little bit of a brain fart. There we go. Now it's popped into place. And there you go. Now you have him with his shield. And this is what it looks like with him holding it. And you can bend the arm up just a bit. Now be careful whenever you are, because you are now moving the material right here that is holding on to the shield. So be careful when you are, and try not to push it. Instead, just move the whole arm instead of just the elbow right here. So you can have it like that. Move it down. And let's go ahead and put on his spear again to show y'all what it looks like with both accessories on. Again, all you have to do is slide it from the top and slide the feather down to the palm. Oops. Down through the palm. Push the spear down and turn it to the side. And there we go. The Black Panther with his shield and spear in hand. Look at that. Now that looks awesome. Now let's go ahead and get into the other hands. And here we have him with his opened hands right here, which are kind of like a little bit of a claw, like he's activating his claws. And you can use this for whenever he does the Wakanda Forever hand gesture. And that is what they look like on the figure. Now these hands are really cool, great for posing, 100%. Like if he's getting ready into a fight, he would use this as his first hand, and then his other claw hand would go right here. Or you can have him doing the Wakanda Forever salute. Let's see if I can get him in that position. I don't think with this figure you can fully get him in the position, but let me see if I can. That's the furthest I can get him into that position. Again, he doesn't have that much mobility due to the cloth, and we'll get into articulation here after this. But that is the farthest I can get him into the Wakanda Forever salute. Now, besides that, let's go ahead and get on his other hands. And here we have him with his clawing hands, and these hands look, again, great. I think I prefer these hands out of all the hands for sure. These look the best. Again, mine does have a little bit of plastic missing on the very tips, and a little bit of excess plastic on that hand. But this is what they look like on the figure. And they look really, really good. Now for these ones, I feel like you'd have him in a clawing position or a crouch down position. You know, like if he just jumped on the car from the movie whenever it flips, I think these hands would be the hands to use for sure. But yeah, that's what the hands look like. So there's not much to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into the last pair of hands. And here we are with his fisted hands, his punching hands, his striking hands. These hands are definitely one of the other best, 100% second best, maybe third. But these hands look great. He is in a fighting ready pose, ready to kick some butt and whoop Killmonger for sure. And definitely go toe-to-toe with Thanos. This figure is 100% amazing, and these accessories are definitely 100% awesome. Now again, we've already went over the fist, so there's not much to really go on. That's what they look like on the figure. So let's go ahead and get into the alternate head sculpt. And here we have the Chadwick Boseman head sculpt. May he rest in peace again. Now, this head sculpt looks great. You can definitely see it a lot better than when it was just the head sculpt. And like I was saying, I have a little bit of excess plastic here that I might have to shave off if it bothers me that much. But this head sculpt looks awesome. You can see the little bit of gloss in his eyes and pupils. One eyebrow's just slightly raised. But man, look at this head sculpt. This looks great. I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but it's definitely up there for head sculpts when it comes down to realistic people. This head sculpt is 100% him. Again, I feel like this one would be better if the hair had a bit more detail. Now, is it better than the SH? I don't think so. Is it definitely better than Hot Toys? 100% no. Hot Toys, don't mess around. Hopefully one day I can get myself a nice Hot Toys and do a really amazing review for y'all. But who knows? Only in the upcoming future. But still, the detail in the hair is really nice. You can definitely see a little bit of detail in there from sculpting, but not much. Besides that, this head sculpt is really amazing. I can't complain about it. It looks great. It's definitely one of the best. And I'm really glad they included it, because some figures don't even include this head sculpt. And it's just the alternate head, or it's just that one head. So I'm glad they included it. But besides that, let's go ahead and get into some articulation. Now, before I forget, which I almost did, let's talk about the display stand. Now, we have a nice, just glossy black background with the Black Panther, and you can definitely feel the texture in here. It's a nice not really popped out, but a nice roughish like texture. You can definitely feel it. A little peg hole right here for the stand, and all you have to do, just plug that baby in, and there you go. His little flight stand. Again, not really anything to talk about. It's just the display stand. So there y'all go. Now let's go ahead and get into articulation. And here we have him now. We can talk about articulation. So as always, we'll start from bottom to top. Now we have his toe and feet right here. We got a nice little ankle swivel just to the side, about that much for both feet. Goes in that much. They can go up not that far. They can go back a good fair amount. No toe pivot, which I really think Mezco should do that, or at least give more of an ankle movement, to go up and to the side a bit more. We can do a 360. That was scary. We have a nice, barely movable ankle right here, only because the cloth right here gets in the way, so do be mindful of that. It's not really the ankle right here you're twisting, it's more of the thigh. Speaking of that, we have double jointed knees. He can kick up all the way to a butt kick for both knees. And if you move his thighs back just a bit, they can reach up to his back. He can kick out about that far before it starts poking into the material. So I'd say maybe 45 degree. If you really want to push it, you can do a 90 degree. But he can kick out about that far until the material right here, the silver plastic, starts poking into the soft fabric. He can split about that much. Can't go that far again because the material will rip right here. Then we have a nice back kick. Can go about that much for the thigh. Thigh swivel. Can't go too crazy again because of the cloth material. We don't want to mess that up. Same side on this. Can go a bit further. It'll mess up just a little bit in the back right here. Can go out about that much. And then the inside, about that much. Let's go ahead and put that back the way it's supposed to be. And there we go. He does have a ab crunch, but not that much of an ab crunch. He can crunch about that much, and he can go about that much. Again, the cloth really limits the articulation on this figure. Even these plastic pieces right here limit it quite a significant amount as well. We got his arms. They go up all the way past a T-post, which is super cool, super great. He can lean to the right about that much, lean to the left about that much. Both arms have a bicep swivel right here. Again, can't go that far because of the material. Again, can't go that far because of the material. Same side. There you go. And then we have double jointed elbows that go up about that much because of the plastic piece right here, blocking it from going any further. Same thing on the other side. Plastic piece blocking it from going any further. Arms can go up about that much. Again, the material limits it. Reach out all the way. And we have a nice little butterfly joint on the inside. Now for the wrist, they do not bend right here at the forearm, but the wrist swivel we do have, and we have a nice little peg that allows you to bend the wrist inward and outward. Do a full 360 for the hand as well. Same thing for the other side. Twist, full 360, and can go in and out, and this cannot move. Go ahead and fix him up a bit. Now for the head, he can tilt his head to the side about that much. Can tilt it to the other side about a good amount. Can look up a good amount. I think that's a very good distance of looking up, you know? And can look down a very significant amount. Head does do a full 360. And the neck does not move whatsoever. So, besides that, this figure has a decent amount of articulation. I do wish he had more because it is a Black Panther figure. He does get into some crazy poses. He is a very agile and posable figure or character. So the fact that this does have a good amount of limitations is upsetting. But hey, you know, it's either quality over quantity, and I like the quality of this figure. This figure has great amount of quality, not a good amount of quantity when it comes down to articulation, but that's okay. Now, besides that, let's go ahead and just get into some sizing comparison. And here we have the Mezco Black Panther next to Mezco Green Goblin and the Amazing Spider-Man. Now, these two are the newest Mezcos that just came out with more accessories, more packaging, and y'all can definitely check out my other videos to see the reviews on these guys. But besides that, let's go ahead and get into the sizing comparison. Now, with the Amazing Spider-Man, he is definitely shorter than the Mezco Black Panther. Not by a significant amount, but you can definitely notice that he is shorter for sure. And that's not too bad. Honestly, I think this Spider-Man needs to be shorter because he is, one, comic accurate, and two, I think he is more of a high school Spider-Man than the college one. So he's definitely a lot shorter. Now with the Mezco Green Goblin, he is just a tiny little bit taller, which I don't mind too much, you know? I'm not going to have these two side by side fighting each other for sure, because one is from the MCU and two of them are from comics. So you definitely don't want these two mixing. But you can definitely have them on display on the same shelf, definitely together if you'd like. But yeah, he's just a bit taller, but I think he fits in a nice little scale for Mezco. He's definitely the perfect size for sure. No, I don't have any other Mezco figures, but when I do, I will definitely compare him to the others. But besides that, let's go ahead and get into another sizing comparison. And here we have the Mezco Black Panther standing next to the Marvel Legends Chasm and the Marvel Legends 3-pack Tom Holland from the No Way Home set. Now, Tom Holland is shorter, which I like to see because Mezco's, again, are close to Marvel Legends height. And I'm glad that Tom Holland is shorter than Black Panther, because in the movies, whenever they are seen together, he is still a high schooler, and I expect him to definitely be shorter than the King of Wakanda. So I believe this is a great size in comparison for the MCU figures. If you have any Marvel Legends, like this Spider-Man here, he is definitely a great size compared to the Mezco Black Panther, for sure. Now we have the comic Chasm, and these two are almost the same size, but Black Panther, just by a little bit, is taller. Now, again, Marvel Legends are close to the same height as Mezco, or Mezco is close to the same height as Marvel Legends. So these two together also look great, almost the same size, just Black Panther is just a fraction of a bit taller. Now, again, I wouldn't be seeing the MCU next to the comics, so I wouldn't really worry about that too much. But for sure, if you are going to get the Mezco Black Panther with the Marvel Legends Tom Holland, these two look great together in size for sure. Now, besides that, let's go ahead and get into our last sizing comparison. And here we have the Mezco Black Panther standing next to the SH Figure Arts Black Panther. Now, Mezco is just a bit taller for sure. They're roughly the same height though. It's just by the ears that he is 100% taller. But the body though is definitely taller than the Mezco body, which is a little funky to me. It's like the knees right here are shorter than these knees, but then when it comes to the upper body, it's taller than his upper body. And it looks unproportional compared to that too. And then whenever it comes to the head is a lot smaller than the Mezco. So weird. And the arm length seems about the same. Almost the same. The gauntlets seem to be just a bit longer than the Mezco's. Oop. There we go. Now, if y'all want me to do a review on the SH Black Panther after this, I totally can. It's just, I don't know what I did with the box, but I do have all the accessories and everything that he comes with. So if y'all want me to go ahead and review this guy, just leave a comment down in the comments saying, hey, go ahead and review him. And I will gladly do a review on this guy for y'all. But besides that, I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I got all the points for you, just so you know what you're buying. And again, comment down below what I can do as a better reviewer for you guys. It really does help me help y'all, because I want to make sure I'm getting all the points for y'all, so you know what you're buying and if it's worth it. Now, if you want to get this figure, you can go ahead and get both of these figures on Big Bad Toy Store. I got mine from my local comic store at Most Wanted Comics. Y'all can go ahead and give them a look up. But besides that, I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe. And again, comment down below what I can do as a better reviewer for y'all. But besides that, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.